So the threats that burnout oil is bringing to South Florida is centered around Cypress, the Western Everglades. And there's already oil drilling operations that's been going on for many decades in Cypress. One of these sites is located very close to the Miccosukee Indian Reservation. And this means that if their application is permitted, to build those sites would require creating roads through a beautiful terrain. And that would compartmentalize and divide and section up a place that flows water. So there's an environmental impact on the ground and the threat of spills, no matter how clean and pristine the companies say their operations are, there's always accidents, there's always spills on the ground. But what about the things that we don't see underground? Those pipes go straight down, and a lot of times they go at an angle as well. And we're concerned about impacts to sacred sites, would impact our cultural practices. Cypress, and I'm from the Otter clan, which is one of the families that make up the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida. And I grew up out here in the Florida Everglades, having the national park as my backyard, and what's known as a conservation area as my front yard. Has gone through many names throughout human history. Kahayatli in Miccosukee, the River of Grass by Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, and these days the Water Conservation Area 3A, which is the heart of the Greater Everglades. And so that's where Miccosukee people live. Miccosukee people who live here are trying their best to raise awareness, implement science when we support indigenous rights and give the conditions for our cultural practices to thrive. Then it benefits everybody else with their access to clean water, the feeling of joy when you're doing good things for nature, because nature is doing good things for us all the time. Focused on Everglades National Park to bring clean water there, and sometimes it seems that where Miccosukee people live has been sacrificed for the benefit of the national park, which is just one section of the Greater Everglades. unfortunately, not enough people recognize how indigenous homelands can be cared for better. Let's love the greater Everglades and bring restoration to all that. Clean water to all that, not just the national park. Basis, we're seeing the mismanagement of the water in the area contributing to the tree islands disappearing as well. Those of us who participate in the society of the Miccosukee and Seminole people really take our relationship to the land and our spiritual practices so seriously because our ancestors were almost wiped out, and so we respect that. Yeah, something that we value deeply. There's definitely joys and hope and things to celebrate right now. For example, there was a couple of years recently when water flow in the region was almost at a natural rhythm. So that meant in the summers, with the rainy season, the waters were very high, and in the fall and winter, with the dry seasons, the waters receded at the right time. And what happened is that the crawfish and other smaller critters were able to bounce back in their populations. The return of thousands and thousands of birds here. So I feel that even today there's things that we can celebrate and look forward to in a place that is talked about in so many dark or negative terms. You can learn about yourself and your relationship with the world and the universe on a cool, breezy day in late November, maybe. So that's why I always remind folks to just be bold, come back to the natural realities of places like the Big Cypress or the Everglades, and find something that will pause your mind and open your heart a little out here. Like, this is still available for you.
It's wonderful to be doing that. All right.